don't get food all the time. No, you can spend days with no food. That was normal. We used to go to the garbage and collect what had been thrown away. We go to the toy market to look for thrown away vegetables, right? So I never really knew whose wealth.
He grew up here in Kibera, in one of the world's largest informal settlements, and he built one of Africa's most recognized grassroots movements. Kennedy Odede's story is about who holds power, who defines poverty, and who benefits from the systems that keep people poor. He is the founder and CEO of Shofco, Shining Hope for Communities, a movement that has forced governments, donors, and corporations to rethink what justice looks like in the word informal economies. I am Aya Chebbi, and this is Africa Link, a conversation about dignity, power, and the future of Africa's leadership. Kennedy, welcome on the show.
Thank you. I am happy to have you here in Kibera.
Yes, we're here in Kibera, and
Yes.
I wonder, as a boy, how was it growing up? Were you a troublemaker? Were you shy? What kind of boy?
I think I was many things. Yeah. So where we are now is just a few steps from here is where I grew up as a child, and it has also changed a lot. Because as a kid, I remember we used to see cows coming in, Maasai cows, and I used to follow them up to the river down. When the rivers were clean, kids used to swim around, and now it has changed. Used to be some green in Kibera here. Now the space has been really congested, and something else has happened is sanitation has been very, very poor. As more people coming into Kibera, yeah. So, but life was tough still by then. Yeah.
So as a boy, you just go barefoot.
Yeah, barefoot.
You play
You
football.
play. Yeah. We couldn't have toys, so I made my own toy with mud. I made the cows because I saw the cow from Maasai. I was able also to make my own cars with a tin. Yeah. Good, it was tough, and it was a really, really tough life because of poverty. I also came from a family that was not blessed in terms of materials, so they were rich in other things, but so at a very early age I became homeless kid. I think you know that about me. So I was eating from the garbage, feeling this idea of neglect, but I talk about it with my friends. We were like, somehow we are happy we went through that tough life, because I don't think I'll be who I am if it was not that early child struggle.
How did that make you define poverty?
Poverty, so was interesting. If you live in this place, I wouldn't lie to you, I didn't know what wealth looked like, right? I knew that if you have food, if the kid goes to school, they were rich for us, right? Because food was something that was not normal. You don't get food all the time. No, you can spend days with no food. That was normal. We used to go to the garbage and collect what had been thrown away. We go to the toy market to look for thrown away vegetables, right? So I never really knew whose wealth, but I knew those who have daily meal, well, like for me, they were rich. And most of them were guards and working as a security guard, nannies. That was the job. My mother used to go do household work, washing clothes for middle class people. Yeah. So in a way it was interesting, because but it also made you appreciate things more, like peace. You used to have some violence here in the community. There's a lot of violence, gang violence, bullets. So for that was a sphere, right? And then in my era, there was no social media. And now social media is the best in terms of, if you steal a lot of money from your people, they can't see it, right?
You can be exposed.
You can be exposed, and they're also showing off. So it was a really, really tough life. But I also saw things that I really admire up to date was the community, right? And that's something that I missed about Kibera. So even when I got lucky to go to study in America, I go to Thanksgiving homes, and I'm still feeling like, there's no community, you don't know your neighbor. I'm like, are you crazy? You don't know your neighbor, right? One of them and my mom. Women who are working so hard. They want to make the day to meet. They can't. No matter how much they do. It's sack of poverty. Right? And that really hit me hard. And to know that it's it's all about which family you come from. And life should not be like that. You can be the smartest kid in Kibera, but because of that family lineage, you won't make it. So life is so tough to climb, right? So that's the time that I really didn't like. I hated that so much because I saw young men, young girls, people were really smart. Even smart kids, they won't make it. It was tough.
So the chaos, what did it teach you about leadership at that early stage?
I think what I say about the chaotic in Kibera taught me how to be centered. You got it? So, and even at Shofco, they said that Kennedy is the best when things are falling apart. Up to now, when things are good and there are small things, I would pay attention. But when things are now shaking, that's when you get the real Kennedy. Like I'm able to center in that kind of environment. It gave me that calm. And I see Kibera as an ocean. When things are happening, you're in the middle of the ocean, and then, but you know, if you jump too fast, you will sink. But sometimes you don't need to make a decision immediately. And that's something that I found with people from the Western world. They can't breathe. I really feel like, what's wrong with you? There's a problem. They can't breathe. I'm like, no. For Kennedy, it's okay. It's happening. You just breathe. Okay? Because that moment of oneness, I call it oneness, where it's just me and Kennedy, you know, and also taught me something else, which my children don't have, because I am there for my children too much. Even I worry sometimes, right? Everything for them. Oh, I'm there to help, right? For this kind of chaotic and knowing that you are alone, it's really powerful. The solution, Kennedy, is in you. Your God is in you. You are, right?
Yeah.
So you have to figure that. So it's something that I took up to now. I know, I am like, you know what? It's me.
Yeah.
The solution is me.
Yeah.
So that is by God. So, and nobody will help me. I believe that. Okay. I know I have to take the lead. I don't have to wait to be supported. I have to carry myself up and start walking. So that's something I got from Kibera.
I love that. You know, it reminds me of how young people young Africans particularly, always portrayed as the problem. And I always say it's the solution.
Yes.
It's not looking for solutions. They're
the
so
solution.
you look at yourself as the solution.
Yes.
I don't have to look elsewhere
No.
for it.
And that will take us back maybe on how, because if you think about Shofco should not be founded. Where's the donor? No, but we as teenagers, we just came together. That idea of we are the solution.
Yes.
Okay? And that's how Shofco was founded.
Yeah.
No
looking for answers.
No looking for answers.
Yeah.
No looking for how to write proposal with
Yeah.
complicated English. Like, no, we don't care about that. It's a movement. We are the change
Absolutely.
that we want to see.
Absolutely. So I want to play a game with you.
Oh God.
So I'll say a word and you tell me if it's street smart or book smart.
Okay.
Yeah? Leadership. Is it street smart or book smart?
I'll go for street smart.
Exactly. That's what you learn.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Money. Is it street smart or book smart?
I'll say book smart.
You need to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah. I believe this. Maybe I'm crazy. I think money is easy to make. It's just, right? In Kibera here now, there's something called bonds, stocks. We didn't know those things in Kibera. It was hidden from us, right? So it's in the books there, you know?
Information,
right? So you have to learn those kind of things, right? And even the idea now we are teaching our community here about saving. And I get it. We die young. What do you want to save for? You see, so mentality starts changing, right? So, but the more you read, you get this knowledge, you can make money.
Yeah.
So that's I'm not a fan of money because I think it's easy.
Is it book smart or street smart? Change.
Wow. Change. Book smart or I think that need both.
Yeah.
Yes. You need both. Yeah.
To make that change.
Yes, make that change.
Yeah. What about faith? Is it book smart or street smart?
Wow, that's also interesting. Faith depends how you define faith.
More religious person, spiritual person?
For me, as Kennedy, it's something I work on. I work on my spiritual life. When I was in Kibera, I was so close to my to my higher self. Okay? Then I was hustling. There was no shower. There was no food. You don't know where tomorrow job gonna come from, right? So I find myself really pushed by the street to go deep.
Yeah.
Right? And then the more I start seeing success, I went to the States. I'm like, wow, there's shower here, there's food, there's gym. I won't lie to you. I really felt drawn away from myself. And I had to wake up like Kennedy. What's going on, eh? Then again, I love a guy called Rumi. Right?
Rumi.
Rumi, yeah. So Rumi and I were friends. When I read, I talk to Rumi in books. Right? So by reading Rumi, I also really get more knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about Shofco. A simple idea of dignity. How did it start? You said a bunch of teenagers said we have to be the change.
Yes, we have to be the same. The idea of Shofco was also to turn the table upside down. Development is messed up. And the way development was made, I really believe, for people to forgive me to say this, I think development was made in a way to tie Africans after the independent, new colonization, in another way. So it's something I question a lot, right? Because honestly, since in Kenya, where 1960s when we got independent, so 1963, up to now, why can't we stand alone as a country? Why is those other countries are doing better than the continent, our motherland, right? So I think it was a system. Even in Kibera here, I saw it, whereby you have no voice. You are a receiver. And every time you are a receiver, what happened? You have nothing to offer. So your dignity is taken away. So we were like, no. So, and people don't know this about us. We were crazy teenagers. We were street learned. We were reading books, right? About Africa, and how we've been made to not to believe in ourselves, right? Why is these international organizations have an office in New York, in London, and they work here? So our dream was weird. We were like, okay, we'll be the first people in this country to start from Kibera.
And then go to
That's our dream. We'll create something here.
Yeah.
We'll also go to their country and make offices there.
Yeah.
And we were like clapping, yeah, it's a movement. We were kids. Movement was founded, right?
Yeah.
With the idea of dignity, idea of we want to sit on the table, we do it our way. And I repeat again, we are the one wearing the shoes.
Yeah.
We know where it pinches. Not you coming here to save me. We don't want to save us. So it's so powerful. And then I realized that for me to do that well, they have to see what I call small gains. You got it? So Kibera is dirty, man. We're gonna go clean the street, and they're feeling, wow, we did something. Tick the box. We're gonna help kids with some lunches. We're gonna help kids with the homeworks. We do those small things.
Small actions.
Yeah, small actions, and it's powerful. They believe we continue. That's how Shofco really started. We play football or soccer, and we reason. It was honestly, it was my best life ever. To know that we have nothing, but we are here for each other, and we are not scared, because we are the change that we want to see. Something happened to us. We are also criminals, I won't lie. We have our bad things we have done in society, and the need for us to be trusted. We have to start cleaning ourselves. So some of our members who are former gang members who trying to reform. And that's how this gender office down here was started, by a former gang member. Okay, and now saying that anybody found raping any woman in the community, you are arrested. You work with the police. That's how our first gender office was founded, right? Me also as Kennedy, I have to be like, you know what? Now they call me the mayor. I have to behave like a mayor now, So it was beautiful. So we knew that we have to work on ourselves. And for me also, that's also part of going deep, right? What do I want people to see on me, But you can't do that if you don't heal.
Yeah.
So I had to heal myself as Kennedy. So I really do a lot of work before people see who Kennedy is. So we work on it, and people could say like, wow.
A role model. You became
role
a
model.
model.
So they come to me like that, and then it also added me again for me also pressure. I also have to live with this kind of ideals that are being given. So it was tough, but it was also beautiful.
Yeah.
And we felt the dignity
It's an individual transformation
Yes,
that
yes.
made the community
Yeah,
transformation.
yeah.
Beautiful. So you've built schools, clinics, water systems, and what do you think the most invisible part of the work you do? This is what people see, what you can touch, what you can see the impact. What's the most invisible?
If I'm being deeply honest, that was not my agenda. My agenda has been, people have been duped, people have been manipulated, the masses, the poor, and they are being told they have no power. And they're so powerful. When I look at Kibera, I'm like, wow, these people are powerful. But nobody believes that they are powerful. I believe I was powerful. I would lie. I would, yes, we are powerful. But I'm not alone. But if we really come together, it's powerful force. So what do you do? And there's no way you can manipulate me as a citizen. When I have food, when I have roof over my head, and I have basic need in my life, I'll be like, hey, madam politician or a man, please. No, that's nonsense. But if I'm hustling Kennedy, I don't know what the food will come tomorrow. These people come to manipulate me against my other people. Tribal war, all those bullshit, right? I'm not listening to their stupid things because my belly is empty. So my agenda was one. These people don't know what good thing is. They never got a good healthcare. They never got clean water. They never seen a school that can look like. So we started that. And in development world, people fought me so much. I was fought because they couldn't see ahead. My dear, you have no idea what has happened. Right now, forget the clinic, forget what you can touch. People have been transformed. People have been woken up. They're awake. They are demanding from the government. They're demanding from the members of parliament, from the MCS, local authorities. And we have clinics in Kibera that SAN members were able to fight for that. We have things in the National Assembly that has been passed through that pressure. So that's what I'm proud about. That's what I'm happy for. People to wake up and know that.
The mindset shift. The transformation,
yes.
Individual transformation.
Otherwise, I'll become the normal NGO.
So tell us what you have. So you have the school where we are right now?
Oh, we have the school that goes to the high school here. And then which this school has created many leaders. Right now we have students at Tufts University, Colombia, Seshi in Ghana. They're becoming global, you know. And that was my agenda. I didn't want to build many schools. We wanted to build a leadership academy. So the schools around Kibera here are getting support.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's no longer about Shofco schools. It's beyond that. Yeah.
Amazing. Another game?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You're making me nervous, but it's okay.
Okay, it's called true or false. So I tell you a statement, you tell me this is true or not, and why. Foreign aid needs poverty more than poverty needs aid.
I agree. It's true.
How so?
Already the donors, they have their own interest, right? And if you're not careful, you can fall on their game. Yeah, which most of the time is control, right? They don't understand, right? But they have their. My dear, why do you want to come to the matrix? How do you tell me, Kennedy, this is my matrix? Who are you?
KPIs.
Your KPI. Who are you? Why couldn't you say, Kennedy, now tell us your KPI, right? We believe in you. We're going to fund you, right?
African governments blame colonialism to avoid accountability.
It's true. It's true. They don't want to leave power, right? They don't, and that's why they were kicked out, you know. And you have to choose, right? Either taken out through ballot, or because we always like to serve the military. Most of them are self-interest. They are lying to you. So when the ground is not with you, is when they jump in. I saw Guinea-Bissau just today. What happened is military take over.
Yeah.
Malaysia, whatever, and other countries. So you see that they don't want to listen to the ground. They don't want to be there to change things. So they will. And the good is that, you know, I was in South Africa and I love this. I met some Gen Z. You know, telling me it was interesting. You know, like they loved about Shofco. We said, okay, you know what? We don't care about apartheid. I was not born. I'm like, wow, we were not born. We care about now. But our government keep on telling us, oh, you know, we help you. You know, it's even in Kenya.
The Gen Z here as well.
They're also like, now. you know, there used to be this issue, we fought for independence. They don't want to hear about that. They're like, thank you, good job. They live for now.
Youth movement, which is the next one. Youth movement are stronger than political parties.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Political parties are part of the system to control, right? And also you see both the political parties are dominated by men, by older generation, or by the youth movements are dominated by younger people. And as you know, in Africa, 60% of the population are under the age of 25. So that's a movement. And I think for me, it is a time bomb ticking. I see this in two ways. It's something very resourceful, okay, or very dangerous. So, but those of the power to define where we land is the current leaders. They can decide for us if we see this youth as a resource or this youth as a disaster. And then we all, if we go big disaster, we all sink.
Yeah.
That's my fear.
But how do you feel about Kenyan Gen Z? They're taking us to the right direction?
So they're very interesting at the same time. As how much I love them, but sometimes I'm like, Gen Z, do more. Yeah, they are not taking enough voting cards, right? And they are freestyle. They are free. You know, they like to their own, right? And but I also understand. I think they maybe they don't have anybody there who makes them excited, who knows, right? Maybe that's the reason. Because the way I see them, they're very engaged, but on voting they are not really. But they've got a mark whereby Gen Z is in Kenya. You have to talk about them before they were neglected. Now it's like, what Gen Z think? What they're gonna do, right? And to give them credit, there's been a lot of voices coming out across Africa, but it was Kenyan that led this, right? Yeah, so power to Gen Z in Kenya.
Okay, the last one, true or false? Corruption is African.
False.
Explain.
We are communal. When you are communal, my dear, there is nowhere corruption appears. Rarely. Because you're communal. Ubuntu, you know, I exist because you exist. We are one, right? And then you see the Western system of capitalism. I'm not saying I hate capitalism, just to take me clear. Part of it, the idea is inequality. Inequality is corruption. I'm sorry, I have to be careful with my billionaire friends, but how do you become billionaire, right? I don't know. Maybe, as you say, you read books that make you billionaire. And I think Africans are the most transparent. We talk about everything. When you be like, I was in South Africa, I hear the story of some money was found, and they're like, oh, we'll talk about it, you know. You go to America, it's stolen in system, right? Yeah, you go to university by who you know, but that's a system. It's not corruption. It is who you know. Well, by here, that's corruption. So I think Africans are more like, that's corruption. We point them out. That's corruption. And that's why they say there's a lot of corruption in Africa. Yes, there's corruption. But a lot of corruption happens a lot in the Western world. A lot. But it's kind of accepted. It's part of the system. Right? Somebody want a passport in Kenya. They pay to get it fast. If somebody want a passport in America, how do you call the fee? There's a fee, right? You have to make it to expedite quickly to come out. You know, so I think we have to stop that rumors of yes, we have corrupted leaders that have been taught with the system to steal.
Kenya's politics is still 90% male. Is there something that the men are afraid for women taking power?
Kenyan politics are majority 90% are male. I agree on that, but we also have to move back again. I think Kenya is making progress. And some of them we put by the bylaws. For example, we have what's called women rep in Kenya. That's for them alone. I've seen Governor Gladys Wanga from Omabay County, an amazing woman who's doing amazing work. There's a governor of Machakos. You see, believe these governors are elected by the people. So I think Kenya is going through a good trend. Yeah? Forget about countries that tell you like, oh, 70% women appointed. I don't believe in that, right? So these 10% women we are talking about in Kenya. They fought for it. They own it, right? And they are inspiring more women. So the clock is ticking, right? And our Attorney General here in Kenya is a woman too, right? So not the best, but something is happening. And I think in the population of Gen Z that I see in Kenya, most of them are women.
Young women.
So yes, young women. So the future is women. I'll be honest with you. The future of Africa, as long as I talk about young people, for me, I know it's women. That's the future. And you can see what they're doing already, Even we think about even the technology world in this country, women are really, wow, they're taking over, you see. So the system is against them, I won't lie. Why? Again, let's go to the board of these companies that invest, dominated by men. So once you are not part of decision making, you can't progress. Men will always look at men, right? Yeah, but I want to say that in Kenya, I am seeing hope that we are heading towards the right trajectory.
And you have a focus on girls as well.
Yes. Yeah. You see, the school I talk about are only girls' schools. And they are the leaders, right? And I know it's not easy to come from Kibera slums and build one of the first schools of girls in the community. It was a tough one. But as leader, you have to do what? You have to move with everyone. So I have to bring the tough men to tell them why it is important. And they believe it. And that's why they're able to protect the school.
How do you convince them? Let's take some tips.
No. You don't judge. You don't judge. Even men that we see that are not good in the society is because this thing called you are a man is a very bad thing. It makes you, when the life hits you, you become abusive because you are told to be a man. But now, my dear, you can't get a job. You can't approach somebody to marry because you don't have that. So you have been lied to, that your dignity and pride is on this thing called you are a man. So that thing is on you. You're blinded. So you go with that manhood thing that will not work. Right? Their life is different. So you get heated. And you end up dating more women. So what we do mostly here is I believe in souls before bodies. Let's go back to ourselves. We need to heal. We were raised by abusive fathers, abusive neighbors. The male figure we had in our life were famous for being abusive. In this community, rape was accepted. Well, that yours, you rape, you walk. But if a woman beats the husband, people all came out. Are you crazy? Why are you doing that? You see, so we are not aware. So what you have to do is, for me, is all about talking to these men and young boys also to go deep.
Let's talk about the future.
Yes.
Yeah, looking from now to 2050. If you would redesign Kenya's economic system, what would you do?
Wow.
Okay, you're President Kennedy right now.
If you think about Africa, also in Kenya, is that we don't maximize the human potential. We have a resource of youth who are doing amazing work, and they're doing it informally. We're not able to formalize them, right? And the youth don't get enough capital, right? So, and then making sure also there is no deals on this debt. I don't know what they get from those people who give us the money. It's never clear, right? And also to stop the ceiling of how much you can borrow, right? And then making sure that some of the money really goes on education. Health is very, very important, and for the country. So, and also making sure the citizenship have a voice, because as leaders, really, you are top there. You don't know what's happening, and they lie to you. Let's open our borders. Yeah, look, go to Europe. You see how much you can move quickly, use it for business. Here is easier to travel to Europe from Kenya than to go to West Africa, as you know that. Right?
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
We have to work
Kenya
on those
actually
things,
just
yeah?
lifted visa for a
Yeah.
couple of countries.
So and
yeah.
President Ruto is really working out on that. That's something I'm gonna give him credit. He's really working on making sure we don't have the boundaries because we are one, right? So that's the thing that we need to work on, and also not to see the youth, Gen Z, as a threat. They are not a threat. They are useful if you put them to work.
President Kennedy, are you going to office? Are you going to office?
No. Honestly,
One day.
I don't like politics.
No?
I don't like politics. I like to advise those leaders, right? I love my work. It's easy. I like being on the ground. I love that. But who knows? But so far in my thinking, nothing about politics.
Shofco in 2050, maybe you will not be the leader anymore. Do you think it will still be a grassroots movement? See it growing?
I see Shofco running away from service delivery and creating a lot of social, economic impact whereby they should have their own way of making money. We have over 1 million people network that we have now as I speak with you. These people need to have commodities, solar, whatever. How can Shofco think
more of social
enterprises? Yes, right. That's where I'm heading. So put them as model of that, right? And then keep working with the network that we have. Because right now we build community centers, libraries across the country. They are kind of independent. So we're gonna have so many small Shofcos. That's the dream. Everybody to carry on their work.
So Kennedy, many years ahead, what would you like to be remembered for?
I know this is interesting. I am, I feel like people are very selfish without being aware, right? And they call it legacy, what you're talking about in a different word. What do you remember it for? But I think every person, everything is a different context, right? It's like we say in my culture, who is a beautiful, handsome man and a beautiful woman. I say that is in the eyes of the beholder. So let them decide what they think of Kennedy, right? But as long as we are doing our best.
You did your part and
yes.
The people take the lesson.
Yes.
Kennedy, thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Asante sana.
From Kibera to the corridors of power, Kennedy Odede questions who benefits from poverty, who writes the policies, and who owns the future of Africa. This is not a story about saving lives. It's a story about reclaiming them. You've been listening to Africa Link. I am Aya Chebbi. Until next time, stay bold, stay African, and stay building the future.